All right. So what do you want to talk about tonight? What's something that's on your mind as of right now?
Um, so like that group I joined, that real estate group I joined.
Yeah.
I've been trying to be involved in it. I've been going to meetings for 2-3 months now, and been trying to figure out how I can give back to the community. A lot of people, give advice on real estate or lending or investing and this and that. And I've been trying to think of, right now I'm still learning about real estate and don't have too much to give back that way. So last night in our meeting, I was thinking, and last night there was 103 people in the room, and every week I said I've been trying to raise my hand and talk for a little bit. So I offered up, if any, everybody goes through challenges in life, and not everybody always has someone to talk to, and if anybody ever needs someone to talk to, here's my contact info. Feel to reach out. I'm more than happy to sit down and talk with somebody with whatever. Sometimes it's just nice to have someone to talk to. I think a lot of people struggle with being alone or being scared to talk to somebody, and I found I really enjoy giving back that way.
That's good. I feel like in the same boat, the mentorship or support, having Jack around is tremendously helpful for me. I mean, I get in the habit of being selfish a lot, of thinking I can either fix something or I can do something or I should be doing something. And then, seeing Jack just happy in a moment. I didn't tell you about this. Saturday, Jack shot at his first buck.
Nice.
I could show you the video. You'd swear this was a dead deer. You would have thought it was laying there dead. 200 yards, 7mm. I thought it was done for. We went to the other field. We come back and we start looking for it. And I was like, there's not a drop of blood. Where is this thing? So I'm replaying the video. I replayed the video probably 100 times. It looked like a perfect shot. Deer it hit, it jumps, there's mist, the deer stumbles, falls, like it was picture perfect, only to find out that he hit it in the leg, knocked some meat off of it, broke a bone. I found little scraps of hair and meat and a tiny little piece of bone in the grass just right where he stood, and there was not a drop of blood. There was nothing to say that was a vital hit. And I beat myself up over it the past 3 days. What could I have done different? I should have done something different. And Sunday night, I went back to try and go find it again. And I walked right in, followed the path. And my biggest lesson is now also the selfishness and being happy with others, but also patience. I stocked up on like 4 does. I just waited long enough. I saw I had a window of a shot. It wasn't that great. I shot and I missed a doe myself. So now we've missed 2 deer on a weekend, and I just had to eat that. I was like, man, what was I supposed to learn this weekend? So having a platform to be able to tell that to others, I think is really, really meaningful.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and like you said, patience, that's a huge thing. I know I've always struggled with. What was I going to say?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, just patience in general. Just I always want it now, it's going too slow. It's this or that. I always hate waiting on other freaking people, and just learning to live in the now and enjoy the moment as it is, and just things will come. You always got to be ferocious and fight for it, but you also got to think patience is important. I've been slowly learning that. It definitely helps. So when I'm impatient, I get anxious, and anxiety isn't good. So just woosah.
We should practice that together then, because today my mental breakdown is, it's already January 7th. What am I going to do? The year's almost over.
It's all right. Year just started. You don't have to be perfect. Just got to always continue working towards the goal, the bigger picture, little by little. It all comes together, piece by piece.
Side note, do your headphones connect to your computer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bluetooth. I love these things. They're Beats Solo 4. Oh, they're $150. Use them for working out, on the plane, meetings, everything.
I'm gonna need to look at that because I need a good headset that goes with my computer because my audio is sometimes funky. But on the topic of giving back, did you get any feedback from offering up as yourself as a person to reach out to?
One person direct message, said that was really nice of me to offer that out. Didn't really get too much feedback, which I was kind of expecting. I think that's a kind of a sore subject. People don't really like asking for help, and I feel too many people are ashamed to admit they want someone to talk to or need somebody to talk to, and that's something I'd like to somehow change the stigma. I always hated talking about people about problems, and it's too big of a problem that more people just need to talk about what's going on in their mind, what's going on in their life, their struggles or challenges, why they're not where they want to be or what happens, that put them where they are now, the negativity or just depression or whatever it might be. People need to just be okay with talking. It helps. It's helped me tons, since I've been going to therapy for almost about a year now. I always used to be ashamed of, saying I go to therapy, but it's so nice to just talk to someone consistently and talk about this or that and just have someone listen to you. They don't necessarily have to talk back, but it's nice to have someone just there and know they hear you out and all that.
Yeah, that conversation I had with D, and even just recording it, just the context of talking to somebody and not expecting them to say something back, or at least knowing that you're talking to somebody who actually understands what some of those frustrations are, that is extremely helpful. Do you talk to the same therapist or do you go to multiple?
I've been going to the same one for the past year. Previously, a year or two prior, I went to 2 different ones, and when it comes to therapy, I found like the first 2 I just could never get a connection with, and was scared to really open up. I think if someone does decide to go to therapy, don't think that the first one's going to be end all be all. I mean, maybe it will, but what I found, me personally, just I had to jump around a few to find someone that I was finally comfortable with, that I felt got me and just listened what I was looking for, and the one I found has been excellent. She's helped me grow a lot.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Yeah.
The more we do this and seeing you passionate about this and hearing your voice and the way you talk, I think this could not be a more perfect situation for us.
Absolutely. One of the things I found over the past year, I've always been trying to find something I'm passionate about this or that, and different things, but I always enjoyed helping others, and going forward throughout my life, I've been looking for some way I can give back to people, and I think this is one of the ways I enjoy it. I enjoy talking to people. I've just by going and sitting at the bar and talking to some random person, just start talking about life, and you dig into people's lives, and it's amazing how much they open up, and like, oh, never told anybody that, and feel like people just when they get to talk, it takes a weight off your shoulders, and it's I really enjoy seeing that.
Yeah, for sure. The piece that I've been trying to find lately, I've sent you a lot of chapters and pages of that book, And the main takeaway that I have from that book is, in order to sell, like the number one,
Which book?
The How I Raised Myself from Success to Failure by Selling. That book, like the first chapter or the second chapter, it says the whole purpose of this book is to teach you this. And at the end of the chapter, it is a moral of story of enthusiasm. That if you do not have enthusiasm towards something, you are not going to be successful with it.
Absolutely.
And every day I find myself in this crunch of, okay, today's a good day. I am thankful. I am blessed. I say my prayers for all the things that I enjoy and have, not even have, but I have around me and I've been blessed with. It's not that I have as a materialistic thing. It's just that these are the things that somebody is, I have been given because of, me doing a good job to this point, or
Absolutely.
I am, I guess, better than I think I am. Therefore, I deserve these things, or something like that. So I tell myself that. And then the conundrum I have is, where is enthusiasm? What am I passionate about? What do I think that I would be happy doing every single day? Because I can tell you with certainty, it is not construction. I am good at construction, but I do not like construction. It's like green eggs and ham. Yes, I'll eat them, but I won't like them. Right?
No, I can 100% relate to that. I'm in construction as well, and I'm good at it. I can do it, but I don't love it. It's not something I can do the rest of my life. So that's why I've been really trying to find something that I'm truly passionate about, which, outdoors, Aeramos, real estate. It's been in my mind for the things that I feel can make a difference in the world and that I'm just passionate about. Something that gives me drive every day.
Yeah, and I mean, yes, you can stay on one path for a very, very, very long time. If you're willing to spend time doing something, yeah, it'll probably turn out. But short-term gain and change is derived from passion and supporting others, helping others, and just being energetic about it. If you can create momentum, then you can create success, because it's going to snowball. So if you're not energetic about something and you're just rolling something the same day, it is just going to be the same thing day after day after day. But if you can compound, and today you can build it, and tomorrow you can build it, and you can build it with enthusiasm, much like we have with Aeramos, is we have, in the capacity of things, we've spent a lot more energy, time, money, and, I guess the biggest thing would be time to this point, creative mental energy towards figuring out what Aeramos is to be, but we've enjoyed it. We've been passionate about it. We've loved doing it. And I think that stems from not only our friendship, but our like common interest of, this is something that we want to do. And if we don't have that in your marital type relationships, your family relationships, your friend relationships, if you guys aren't building towards the same goal and you guys don't know what the goal is, then it's absolutely for nothing. You might as well just figure something else out, because without that, I think that is a piece that I've seen as a common denominator for all of success, is when you put two people together with the same passion and enjoyment and energy and enthusiasm, things will happen beyond rapidly.
100%. Yeah, it definitely passion, enthusiasm, and just enjoyment of what you're doing. I mean, every day is not going to be rainbows and butterflies and good. There's going to be bad times and rough times, but your passion for it is what will take you through those tough times. When you're doing something you don't really enjoy, it's really 10 times harder to get through those tough days where you just don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
And another thing I found is you got to have a why of why you're doing some of the things you do. A larger life goal down the road, purpose of why you're doing the things you're doing, where you want to be in 10 years from now. You got to have a why.
No, every book I've read that is, I think even in that chapter I might have sent you the other day, there was a asking the question why. And if you can't define what the why is, then it's like, okay, then you're just gonna hang out for the next 20 years, or what are you doing? And I think that is my ultimate biggest thing right now is like my why. I don't even know what it is. Full disclosure. There for a long time, I said, I don't want a family. I don't want kids. I don't want any of that stuff. That stuff's just getting you down. And then you see it, hunting with Sydney was, okay, well, kids aren't so bad. Sydney's like an absolute riot. I look forward to the day that we get to take Sydney on an elk hunt. She is going to be all over the place.
Your niece.
Yeah, cousin.
And
then being around my actual niece, yeah, she was another one. She's just a riot. And then the more you hang around kids like that, you're like, okay, well, kids aren't so bad. And, now living with 2 13-year-olds, it's like, making pizza with them is way more fun than making pizza with you, hands down. Get to be way more creative with them. You want pickles on pizza? Sure.
Awesome. I love it.
Oh, it was so good. But I mean, that's the thing. So that changing why is like, all right, what is my real why? What do I want? And it's like, okay, I have freedom. I have family. I have friends. What more do I need in life? All right. Bet. There's a lot more you can get out of life. Have you ever sat on the beach with a cold drink in your hand and just listen to seagulls squawk all day and not have a thing to do? That's pretty 100%.
Cool. Yes, it is.
Sand in your butt crack so bad, but you just don't care because you got that nice warm tingly sun on your skin. Or better yet, have you ever been freezing cold in the mountains chasing squirrels with your boxers and Crocs on? That's pretty fun.
Yes.
Like you just can't put a price on those things. So if you ask why do I need $500,000? Well, I'll figure out how to spend it. But
why limit yourself to $500,000? Why not $1 million? Why not 10? Why not 20?
$500,000 by the end of the year.
Okay.
I mean,
by the end of the year, I love it.
This year, the goal is $250,000, and that's $250,000. I am not far from that with what I've done business wise and what I've done with SCA, and then what I've done personally on the side. Like that is attainable. So next year, when I'm filling out my tax returns, $250,000 is absolutely possible. And how can I help others with that? And that's the piece that drives me deeply insane is my anxiety is like, okay, well, how do I do all of this on top of what I have to do day to day?
It's finding that balance.
Right. It almost makes you sound like a psychopath trying to put all that together.
Mm-hmm.
And there's very few people who understand that.
I was just going to say that I'm finding it tough right now for me personally. I have all these goals and dreams I'm chasing after. And, sometimes I tell people like, well, do I need to do that much? You have a good job, why aren't you just content with that? I don't like being content. I think that's a big pitfall of lack of success. Maybe people just become so comfortable in a place where they're at and they don't believe in themselves that they can have more. For me, I believe the sky's the limit, and it's interesting talking to some people with a different mindset, and they just you can't do that. That's not going to happen. You don't have enough money to do this. How can you juggle all that at one time? Just excuse after excuse after excuse of why I shouldn't do it. So I have become somewhat cautious about who I tell what I'm doing to, just because I don't need that negativity, someone telling me I can't do it. So that's why I've been trying to create a network of people who are above me, people who are living the life I want, people who are going after the same things as I am.
Would
Yeah,
you
you
rather
gotta-
have, that's the piece that I'm trying to figure out now is like, who can I get around that has way bigger problems than I have? Because at
Yes.
that point, if you have big problems, you've got a lot to gain from it. And at the same time, having no problems in life, it doesn't exist. So you're going to have small problems with bare minimum, or you can have everything with big problems. And I'd rather have, everything that I could possibly imagine and ask for, especially to be able to hand that down. I made the comment the other day that everything I do moving forward, it ain't for me, because I'm going to be, my clock is running, and I'm going to be dead very, very soon. In the capacity of how long my life's going to be, it's going to be soon. So when I die and I'm wiped off this earth, my name's no longer. Everything I do is going to then be for somebody else. Somebody else's kids, somebody else's family, somebody else's friends. It doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, I love that. So the guy, Alex Lovely, who runs this group I have joined, he comes from kind of a Native American background. And one of the things he talks about that's prevalent in the Native American background is 7 generations. So they look at things of, what can I do now that can leave an impact 7 generations after me, that'll still, something I can do today that'll still survive and benefit people 7 generations from now. And I absolutely love that. What can we do in the world to not just better now, but better the future, better people after us, our kids, our grandkids, even if you don't have kids, a charity, something. What can you do with your life that'll live on and help others beyond your lifespan? And that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out now, because one person can only have so much. You can only be so greedy. I fully believe in the more you give, the more you get, and just give back and help other people any way you can.
We've seen it. We've lived it. I mean, I can think of just a handful of things that we've done, and tenfold. The prime example, my truck got broke into. That could have cursed everybody, right? If I had swore up and down and to hell with them. And
Give the little backstory about where you were, what you were doing.
Well, in Denver, Colorado, we went to the airport, and we were only there for a couple hours, and within probably 6 hours or so, my back window had been smashed out of my truck, and binoculars and bino harnesses and all kinds of my digital camera and just a bunch of random stuff was stolen from my truck. And that morning, it was not a reactionary type response. It was, okay, that's not what I came here to do. We came here to hunt and have a good time and enjoy our family time, and that's what we're going to do. And within 2 to 3 hours, the whole entire situation had basically been resolved. Somebody else just found me online, gave me a bino harness, gave me binoculars. I found somebody to put my window in my truck. So within like 4 hours, I was back on the road, smiling ear to ear that you can't stop us. And being able to then tell that to a handful of people. I met 4 or 5 guys on that trip, and they were just, truly inspired by that like, wow, that is the coolest thing ever. That, like, if that happened to me, that would have crippled me. And I was, well, it could have a couple years ago. And I've got 3 of their numbers still. And we've just been chit-chatting every now and then, just back and forth, talking about some of the Airmost products that we gave them, talking just about life, talking about their hunting success, how they did, are they buried in snow yet? And just those couple people from that one instance that made the trip. Was like, if that was, any more negativity on that trip, it would have been a lot more that could have went wrong.
Yeah. You were able to take a bad situation or crappy situation, could have ruined your hunt, could have ruined your whole vacation, but you took it, turned it into a positive and made connections out of it. And now you might have, excuse me, lifetime connections out of it. So that's amazing, instead of having that negative mindset and just letting it ruin your trip, you did the right thing and stayed positive about it and made the best of it. And, you're still able to finish your hunt, harvest your deer and had a great time.
Yeah.
It's
Especially,
fantastic.
being to hunt with my mom and, going out and seeing Jack pull out that bull out of the canyon and then like, hey, we're going to go crawl down this canyon and go after this bull. And she's like, you mean to tell me this elk just died down there and you guys are going to go after it? Be careful. And we're like, we will. And, yeah, poked my eye out, but it was that type of experience that trip will be better than any of them that we have for a long time to come.
Mhm.
And that's where the enthusiasm lies. That was something we were passionate about doing. Like, I would 10 to 1 rather have my back window smashed out than have to call anybody on the list I have to call for work tomorrow.
I understand that. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just in life in general, I like to think of, instead of problems, I think of things as challenges. It makes it a little more, to me at least, it makes it a little more digestible that it's a challenge. It's not a problem. You can beat a challenge. A problem is kind of a more negative. So
Yeah.
I look at things as challenges, and there's always challenges, and life is all about how you react to those challenges and how you navigate them. There's always going to be challenges, no matter what you do, and it's just plugging through it, staying positive, and look for the best outcome as possible.
That video you sent about being the thermostat or the thermometer was really perfect for me the other day.
Love
Especially
that.
just, I was beating the crap out of myself for not being able to find that deer and not like feeling like I could have done something else different. I had no control over the situation. Like, literally the only thing we had control of was if we showed up or not. And that's what we did.
Yes.
That was it. So, I will be the first to say that the past 2 years, almost 3 years, 2022, when we started, that person that I was so optimistic and wanting to learn, I never would have expected that the next 2 years were going to be so mentally draining and depleting and just almost unbearable. I can't say unbearable because that's negative, but much harder or difficult than I had ever thought.
Mm-hmm.
However, the things that I have learned and the takeaways that I've come up with has been all the more while worth it. So, sitting here face to face, I could not ask for one more person that I'd want to stand next to and go do great things with. So that gives me a tremendous amount of optimism and enthusiasm to push forward. And, that accountability piece that we've talked about between us and for others, the accountability that we could share with others, I think is great too, because there's a bunch of people that look up to us for doing this as well.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah. And like you just, going off of what you're just saying, having someone to help keep you accountable, help keep you on track. Something I've learned kind of more recently is I've always looked at things, I can do anything myself. I don't need them, or I can do it me. And that's kind of how I've been looking at my real estate journey is, I'm going to do it all on my own. I don't need anybody else. I need a mentor and someone to help teach me, but I can go buy properties, renovate properties, do whatever. I can do it all by myself. And as I'm in these groups, I'm learning that, find a good partner. Why do it alone when you can have someone help carry the load? Most of these people I talk to, yes, everybody has a couple deals that is just them, but it seems the majority of people, they're in partnerships or syndications, and just having a group around you that you can trust and help you, when you're behind, pick up your slack and vice versa. And just have accountability and, someone to lean on throughout the struggles and challenges, good times too,
Yeah.
So,
I,
I've learned that's part of my selfishness that I've, learned I need to let go. It's okay to have someone help you along the way and, do something with others. It's not, you're never going to win the entire game doing everything alone. You need a team, you need a tribe, the tribal mindset, work together.
I think that is the biggest piece of, yeah, you can do things on your own, but you can do them way faster, better, stronger, and more efficient if you got a couple people with you. And whatever that is a huge key to life. If you're going to try and do everything on your own and, oh, we can just do enough to get by if we just do it ourselves. I look at a lot of the farmer mentality of, I've got family members that have dairy farms, and as long as they live, the farm will never be owned by somebody else. All right. Well, you're the last one in line because nobody else is willing to help you, and you don't want anybody helping you. You're just going to do it yourself. It burns to the ground. It is the epitome of self-sabotage. If you're not going to ask for help, then you might as well just, it's just going to deplete out very quickly. And without being able to have others around you and ask for support, ask for help, and fill in the blanks when needed, it has been a very powerful lesson I've learned to just stop trying to do everything on my own.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's tough when you live most of your life, trying to do everything else and trying to almost prove yourself like, hey, look at me. I was able to do this myself. I was able to do that myself. It's hard to navigate away from that, but it's so rewarding to be okay with not having to do everything on your own. It's nice to have help. It really is.
Yeah. The other side of that is not needing to have somebody, but the want, the choice. You as a human have free will. The only thing that sets humans apart from animals is free will and choice. That you can choose to do whatever you want to do. And choosing the partner, choosing to work with somebody, instead of begging for somebody or trying to plead for somebody, bribing somebody to help you, it makes it much more rewarding when you're both shooting at the same goal.
Yes. Find someone with a vision similar as yours, similar goals, work towards a common goal. So rewarding. And it's cool to see, I've really learned that I really enjoy watching other people succeed. I always thought of everything as, I don't care if anybody else succeeds, as long as I succeed, screw everybody else. And
yeah,
I'm so happy I learned that's not the way. And I've really turned that around, and I love watching people win. I know I don't have to win anymore. If I can help somebody and see them win, for me, that's a win. I want to see everybody succeed. I want to see everybody at the top, whether it be financially, emotionally, mentally, self-awareness, relationships. Just, I want to help people get to their highest potential, see everybody win.
Some good stuff.
Yeah. I love it.
I'm telling you, I really know how excited and enthusiastic you are.
I could talk about, excuse me. I can talk about this stuff for hours. And that's why I'm so happy we decided to do this. This is going to be an excellent platform for, you and I to get our ideas out there and, start helping other people.
Yeah.
So I think, tonight's conversation has been an excellent start. Don't want to talk too long and run out of topics for down the road.
No, I think it gives us a good little mix of everything. And, the piece over time, get a bunch of different ideas, get a bunch of different perspective, then this will compound very, very quickly. I think it's again, enthusiasm and passion, and we're going to work together on it. I think this will be a good piece for us. And I would rather offer this for free and not trying to sell t-shirts and hats and
No.
pack
Yes.
bags. I'm all for this. Absolutely.
All right. Well, we're going to continue to pump this out to you guys every week and see what we can make happen.
Absolutely.
I'm going to cut it off here.